Hi, I'm Dennis from Plain Truth Ministry. Welcome to Friday in the Word. As I was reading through passages this week and working on my writing, one of the passages that I came across is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. A very short verse, but as I read it and read it again, it's stayed with me the entire week. And I thought, given that, that'd be a good topic to look at for today's word. The passage itself is very simple, very short. It reads, "Now godliness with contentment is great gain." Now godliness with contentment is great gain. The key word there is contentment, I think, and I think that's what kept me thinking about it. Webster's defines contentment as the state of being mentally or emotionally satisfied with things as they are. That's fair. When we're in that place, we're not seeking out other things. We're happy with where we are and what we have. I think our heart plays a huge role in contentment because I believe our heart seeks to be full at all times. And when it's not full, we're not content. I also believe what our heart is filled with determines whether our contentment is fleeting, transitory, or whether it is more permanent, as Paul talks about in this verse. If our heart is filled with things of this world, we may be content in the moment, but we will likely grow tired of what created our contentment, and we will seek out something else to replace it with. Or we'll see somebody who has something that looks better than what we have, and we'll seek that out to replace what we have to create contentment in us. I think we find true contentment though if our heart's filled with God. And the reason that I believe that is that God provides for our needs. And if our heart is filled with God and we are content with God in our heart, then we'll seek out nothing else. And God isn't temporary or transitory. God is permanent, and there's nothing better that we can replace him with. In Matthew 6, Jesus said, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more important than food, and the body more important than clothes?" And Paul goes on to say in Philippians, "I know what it is to be in need. I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do everything through him who gives me strength." As I continued to look, I found a passage in Ecclesiastes that really struck me. Solomon's writings are always striking to me. In Ecclesiastes 5:10, Solomon wrote, "Whoever loves money never has money enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with his income. This too is meaningless." I thought about that in context, and I thought, if we extrapolate that to read something more like this, then God in our filled heart makes sense. How about if we read that and say, whoever loves God always wants more God. Whoever grows in God always wants to grow more in God. God in our hearts to fill our hearts creates the contentment that eliminates the need for all those transitory things, all those non-permanent things. He fills our hearts. God bless.